Good afternoon. Let we start.
Good afternoon, sir.
Sir. Good afternoon, sir.
So last day we have discussed about the gates, the different types of logic gates available, and we have found that there are basic gates like AND gate, OR gate, NOT gate. These are the basic gates. Then we have found the universal gates like NAND gate and NOR gate, and there is some exclusive gates like XOR gate and XNOR gate. Now today we will start with how your uh, basic gates can be implemented using universal gates. So let me start with that one, or why the NAND gates and NOR gates are actually called universal gates. The reason that these particular gates are called universal gates is that that using these gates, either NAND gate or NOR gate, we can implement any other types of gates. So let me see how it can be implemented. So starting with NAND gate. So let me start with NAND gate. So we'll be starting with NAND. So the basic gate first will be implemented by NAND, that is NOT gate using NAND gate. NOT gate using NAND gate. The very simple thing is that you just for NOT gate, two inputs are there. Just you short those two inputs to the input of that NAND gate. That single input should be shorted to both the inputs of the NAND gate. We provide here A. So obviously A and A both are coming. So as both are coming, so output would be A dot A whole complement. Okay. Make sure about this one, that A dot A whole complement is nothing but equal to A complement. So we'll be discussing that one while going for Boolean algebra. Right now, make sure that A dot A whole complement is equal to A complement. Why? Because think of A value. A value can be either 0 or 1. Fine. So if take it, maybe you can assume this A value as 0. If it is 0, so 0 dot 0, 0 dot 0 means 0, right? So 0 dot 0 means 0. That would be 0 complement. If it is 1, assume A value as 1. If it is 1, still also 1 dot 1 would become 1, right? So A dot A is always A, right? So A dot A is always A. So A dot A total complement is equal to A complement. Or simply, we can say that this is the configuration by which we can implement one NOT gate using NAND gate. Okay. Similarly, the other gates can be also possible, like AND gate using NAND. Second is AND gate using NAND. So for that, obviously, initially we have to start with a NAND followed by a NOT, like this. So we are having A, B, two inputs are there. So what's generated here? Here it is generating A dot B complement, right? Now if A dot B complement is provided to a NOT gate, what we will get? We will be getting A dot B, right? And we know, just we have seen that this configuration is nothing but a NOT configuration, right? So that is why you just put a NOT gate at the output of the NAND gate. You will be getting A dot B, which is nothing but the overall AND operation. So that means this total configuration is working like an AND gate, right? So this total configuration is working like an AND gate. Similarly, this configuration is working like NOT, and we'll be looking further for OR gate using NAND. Okay. So for that, first of all, we are making two inversion of A and B. Then finally, again, we're passing it through another NAND. So what comes here? Here comes A bar, here comes B bar. So A bar and B bar is coming. As a result, what is going on here? A bar dot B bar whole complement, right? Now, A bar dot B bar whole complement, we'll be discussing that one further. There is a law, or there is a theorem actually called the De Morgan's theorem. We'll be discussing that one right today. So this can be written as A double bar plus B double bar. This one, this can be written as like this. So that is double complement means A plus B. So by using De Morgan's theorem, we can get this one. Probably you have learned De Morgan's theorem, to those who have computer science in your higher secondary. তোমাদের কারোর কি আছে কম্পিউটার সায়েন্স ছিল হায়ার সেকেন্ডারিতে?
স্যার আমার ছিল না।
I had.
হ্যাঁ তোমার ছিল? So
Yes.
those who have computer science in their higher secondary subject, they can have this knowledge, De Morgan's theorem. So we'll be discussing that one right today. So, but make sure right now for this particular case that A double complement, or sorry, A complement dot B complement whole complement is equal to A double complement plus B double complement. That can be found using De Morgan's theorem. And if double complement is there, right? So A, one complement is A bar. Complement of A bar is again A. If A value is 0, complement is 1. Again complement is again 0, right? So that can be defined as A double complement is equal to A and B double complement is equal to B. So in this way we can make or we can use NAND gate in order to implement all the other basic gates like NOT gate, like your AND gate and OR gate. Most interestingly, you have to remember these three types of circuit diagram, or rather these three types of schematic, because it is common for the NOR based designs also. It is common. Likely we have seen that in case of NOT gate based design, NOT gate, whenever we want to get a NOT gate, number of NAND gate is used 1. Okay, so one NAND gate one NAND gate is enough to make one NOT gate. Okay. If we want to have one AND gate, so this NAND within that AND is there. If we want to have this one, so we'll two NAND gate. So this is the first one, this is the second one. Two NAND gates make one AND. And similarly, if we want an OR, so three NAND gates are required in order to make one OR. Okay. So let us check it out for how we can implement the same gates using NOR gate. NOR gate দিয়ে কিভাবে করা যায়, let me see. So for NOR gate, first initially, so this is for NOR. So initially, let me start with the same one, NOT gate using NOR. The same topology is same. You just put this one like this, A. So here you will be finding out A plus B complement, right? So instead of B, it is also A. So both are A plus A complement, right? So So because A is coming right over here as well as A is coming right over here. So all the inputs are actually A. So if it is A plus A complement, what does it mean? It means A complement. Why? Plus because 0 plus 0 equal to 0. And 1 plus 1 is also 1, right? So whatever be the value of A plus A is equal to A. So A plus A whole complement is equal to A complement. So that is the, you can see the schematic looks same like your NAND based NOT. The schematic looks same except in this case that is NAND, and here I have used a NOR, right? Similarly, if you want to get OR gate using NOR, OR gate using NOR. Again, so it can be also done by two NOR gates. So here it will be AB. Here the value will come A plus B whole complement. And both cases A plus B whole complement is coming. That means it's working like an inverter or NOT gate. If it is an inverter or NOT gate, what you will be getting, that is A plus B. So complement comes here. So directly the value comes out as A plus B. Again, here you can see also it can be done using, so for making OR, which is inside NOR. So what do we have to do? Because NOR is nothing but OR plus NOT, right? So OR plus NOT is NOR. If we again make a complement of that one, so it becomes OR, right? OR plus NOT, I have already got one NOT. So again, if I make complement of this one, I can get back the OR. So that is what I have done. That is the the main NOR function followed by another NOT gate. So this NOT gate has been also implemented using NOR. It looks similar like the NAND schematic we have used to implement AND. AND করার জন্য যে NAND গেটটা ইউজ করেছিলাম আমরা যেরকম ভাবে exactly looks like same, but that case that was AND using NAND, and in this case it is OR using NOR. Okay, Shobik, Soham, you try to enter this particular meeting session at 3, not at 3:15. Okay, it's my request to all of you. You may join, or you
Yes,
must
sir.
join.
There was a network issue.
Pardon?
Sir, in my end, there was a network issue. Sorry, sir.
Look, the network issue can be there for one particular date, but I have found that last I have taken 3 classes, or all these 3 classes except maybe 1 class. All the days you have joined late. Whatever. So you try to do that one. It would be better for the entire class. Next is AND gate using NOR. Okay. So AND gate using NOR. So again, the same job I have to do. I have to make it like this. The schematic what I have drawn for NAND based OR, exactly the same schematic I'll draw right over here. Just changing the NANDs into NOR, it will become AND. How? Because here the A bar is coming, here the B bar is coming. Once these two are coming, so here it would be A bar plus B bar whole complement. And again, by using De Morgan's theorem, again using the same De Morgan's theorem, you can say that this one can be written as A double complement dot D B double complement, which is nothing but equal to A dot B. Okay. So this is something like how we can implement all the basic gates using the NAND gates and NOR gates, the universal gates. Now, before we go to the next two exclusive gates implementation, let we start, just find out what is De Morgan's theorem.
So please wait a minute. I will copy it.
Okay. So let we go to the next one, that is what is De Morgan's theorem. Before we approach for the next exclusive OR gates. So now the point is De Morgan's theorem. So there are two statements generally available for De Morgan's theorem. I am writing down first of all the expressions, then I'll discuss what are the statements. So the expression is something like this: A dot B whole complement is equal to A complement plus B complement. This is the first one. And the second one is A plus B whole complement is equal to A complement dot B complement. That is the second. So what does it mean? The first one, the statement, as you can see that from the expression, that the complement of the AND operation between two variables can be found as the OR function between individual complementary variable. That means here you can see two variables are there. A is a variable, B is another variable. The complement of the AND operation or the dot product, okay, or in few books you can also find out the intersection. Okay. So the complement of the AND operation between two variables are equal to the OR functions of individual complementary variable. Individual complementary variable. Prottekota individual complement and then the OR operation between these two. That is the first statement. Similarly, the OR function or OR operation, the complementary OR operation between two variables are equal to the individual complementary AND operation of the two variables. So that is something like De Morgan's theorem. Now it is not limited to two variables only, it can be for n variables also. So in generalized format, what we can say that suppose there are n different variables are there, a1, a2, a3, and so on as an. The whole complement of the AND operation of these variables are equal to the OR function of the individual complementary variable. A1 plus A2 plus A3 plus dot 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 plus AN complement. Okay. So that is the generalized one for the first case, and the second case is also true. Likely A1 plus A2 plus AN whole complement is equal to individual. If you take this one as individual, sorry, A2 dot A3 dot dot AN complement. Okay. So you can also write down at A3 right over there. So that is something like the generalized formats of De Morgan's theorem. So we generally use these two theorems for minimization of Boolean functions. Minimization করার জন্য Boolean function or Boolean algebra. In order to minimize that one, we generally use these two particular theorem. Let we come to, so this will be very much useful. So let we come to, there are all separate other laws are also there. We'll be discussing that one right today. So starting with again the exclusive OR functions, how that can be implemented using NAND and NOR gates. Let me check out that one. So let first we check that how XOR gate can be implemented using NAND. How XOR gate can be implemented using NAND. So I'm drawing that one first, then I'll discuss. So this is the circuit by which we can get y is equal to a x or b. So you can get this one like this. So how can we get that one? Let me check. So here the value what is coming, it is a. Here the value what is coming, it is b. So what is the value it is coming right over here? Here the value is coming a dot b complement. Right. So this particular position we can get a dot a bar b, or sorry, a b bar whole complement, right? And we'll be getting here as b dot, again the same thing, a b bar whole complement. Okay. Now let me check it out that what is actually this one, how to minimize that one. Okay. So I'm writing down that one. So this value as a dot this one like this. Okay. Now a dot, so this can be written as a bar plus b bar, right? Using De Morgan's theorem, you can write down this one like this, right? So individually a b complement can be written as a complement plus b complement, right? Now also we can write it down like this. So now we are multiplying a dot a bar plus this one as a dot b bar, right? Whole complement. Okay. Now what I can write down? What is this one? A dot a bar. For your information, a dot a bar is equal to 0. Why? Because if you assume that a value is 0, then this value is 1. A complement is 1. 0.1 is always 0. Even if you think that a value is 1, then a bar value would be 0. And that time also 1.0 would be equal to 0 again, right? So always this is one another law, that is one another minimization process, that is a dot a bar is always 0, right? So you can use that one right over here, and as a result this entire part comes like this. So and 0 plus a dot b bar is equal to a dot b bar. You can write it down like this, a dot b bar whole bar right? You can write it down like this: A dot B bar is a whole bar. Okay. Now it can be also written like this. So again, it is A bar plus B double bar, right? So what is coming? It is coming like the A bar plus B, because B double bar is nothing but B. Okay. B double bar is nothing but B. So what is entirely this one? This factor comes right over here is actually A bar plus B, right? So this one is nothing but this equal to. Okay. Similarly, we can also find out what is this one. You can also find it out. So this one is B dot A B bar whole bar. Similar to that uppercase, you can write it down as B dot A bar plus B bar whole complement. That is equal to, you can write down as B A bar plus B dot B bar whole complement. Again, B dot B bar can be 0. So you can write it down like this: A, just changing the positions, A complement dot B whole complement, right? So that can be written as A double complement plus B complement using De Morgan's theorem again. That is equal to A plus B complement, right? So the lower path is actually providing A plus B complement, right? So what about at this particular position? At this particular position, we'll be getting this plus this, sorry, dot this A plus B dot A plus B bar whole complement, this one, right? So again, we can go for this one: A bar plus B. Likely I'm just copying this one: A bar plus B dot A plus B bar right over here. A bar plus B dot A plus B bar whole complement, right? So this is actually equal to Y. Now let me check it out. Again, we can break that one. So that would be your A plus B whole complement plus A plus B bar whole complement, right? So it can be written like this as A double complement. Again, you can make it like this: dot B complement plus A complement dot B double complement, right? So A double complement means A dot B bar, and this one is A bar dot B, right? That is nothing but equal to A X or B, right? So we have found that using this particular circuit, we can make XOR gate, right? What you need to do, you need to just find out the minimized version of this particular Boolean expressions, and you can easily find out that Y is equal to A XOR B. Make sure that you should remember this particular configuration. Here, the number of NAND gates are required are actually 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 numbers of NAND gates are required. Okay. Similarly, if we have to make XNOR gate, using NAND. So next step is how to make XNOR gate using NAND. XNOR gate using NAND. We know that XNOR gate is nothing but equal to XOR gate followed by NOT gate, right? So that is XNOR. So AB, what you will be getting? We will be getting A XNOR B. So what we need to do? First of
Sir.
all, we need to have all. Yes.
Sir, please open the previous page once. Okay, sir.
So we know that XNOR gate is nothing but XOR followed by NOT. So first of all, we need to make one XOR gate using NAND. Then again, we need to make one NOT gate using NAND. So same figure I am drawing right over here. What I have drawn in my last page, the same figure I'll draw first. I'll draw that one, right? So this is something here, what we are getting, that is A XOR B. Next step, we need to go for another NAND gate configured as NOT. So what we'll be getting? We'll be getting right over here as A XOR B. Right. So that is something like, how many gates are required? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 NAND gates are required in order to make one XNOR gate using NAND. Okay. So I'm not going to just minimize that one, because once you can once you make XOR, the next step is that complement of XOR is equal to XNOR, right? So what I have got right over there, economic key page, I have got something like here, if this particular point, if the value is something X, I have provided the name as X, suppose. So if the value is X right over here, so X is equal to nothing but A A B bar plus A bar B, right? So now this point is actually X bar, right? So X bar is nothing but this one, and that is equal to, you can just make it like this, A B complement whole complement dot A bar B, like this. Okay. Now again you can break A complement plus B double complement dot A double complement plus B complement. So double complement means that is direct value. So directly I can write down as A bar plus B dot A plus B bar. Now if you multiply these two, you will be getting A bar plus A bar B bar plus AB plus B dot B bar, right? So just I'm multiplying that one. Always, as we know, that A dot A bar or similarly B dot B bar is equal to 0. So rest two values are actually AB or A dot B plus A bar dot B bar, right? So that is nothing but equal to A XNOR B. Okay, so that is your A XNOR B that can be implemented easily. Am I clear this one? Okay, how XNOR gate can be implemented using NAND. Okay, make sure that whenever you are using NOR instead of NAND, the factor is just opposite. That means in case of NAND, we found that 5 NAND gates are required. 5 NAND gates are required in order to make XNOR. Okay, and 4 NAND gates are required. Right over here. 4 NAND gates are required in order to make XOR. So for making XOR using NOR, the other one, using NOR, the configuration will be just same. This one. That means you will be requiring 5 NOR gates in order to implement XOR. So for XOR, we will be requiring 5 NOR gates. And XNOR can be made with the help of NOR gates by 4 NOR gates. Let me start. So let me start with XNOR using NOR. Now, right from here, let me start with XNOR using NOR. The configuration is again same. So this is A, this is B. Fine. So let we check it out how it is actually providing you the XNOR operation. So what we are getting right over here, that is A plus B whole complement, right? So here what we will be getting, A plus B whole complement, right over here, this one. And here what we are getting, that is B plus A plus B whole complement, the total, right? So let it be Y1, let it be Y2, something like this. We just put there some names so that we can minimize that one easily. So Y1, let I write down this one right over here. Y1 is equal to A plus B complement, the whole complement this one. So we can write down this one. First break it into De Morgan's theorem. A complement dot A plus B whole complement, then again complement, right? So that can be written as A bar dot A plus B, right? So now we can write it down as A bar plus A bar B, right? So A bar will go as 0. So rest of value is A bar B. Okay. Similarly, Y2 can also be found as Y2 is B plus A plus B whole complement, total complement. So again, it can be written as B complement dot A plus B double complement. It can be written as B complement dot A plus B. So similarly, we can write it down this one as A B complement plus B dot B bar, right? So B dot B bar will goes up 0. So rest the value is A dot B complement. So these two are actually Y1 and Y2. So if I just put that one right over here, so Y1 is nothing but A complement dot B, and Y2, this Y2 is equal to A dot B complement. So what comes right over here, that is A complement dot B plus A B complement whole complement, right? So again the same thing we need to go for. If it is the y is equal to this one. So y is equal to this. So let me try to find out. So y is equal to A complement dot B plus AB bar whole complement, right? So that is A complement. So let me break this one. A complement B whole dot AB bar whole, right? Again we break A double bar plus B bar dot A bar plus B double bar, right? So that is nothing but A plus B bar dot A bar plus B. Just to multiply A dot A bar plus AB plus A bar B bar plus B dot B bar, right? So obviously this two will go up 0. Rest value is AB plus A bar dot B bar, right? And that we know that is A X nor B. Okay. So in this way we can find out using NOR, we can get X nor. Okay. Now, most interestingly, again, next thing is that let's come to this particular part again. If you look after this section, what is that? A bar B plus AB bar. That is XOR complement, right? So already we have got here XOR complement. So what we need to do in order to get XOR, again we need to provide one another NOT gate. So XNOR followed by one NOT gate will provide you XOR. So right now, last one, that is XOR using NOR. Again the same configuration with an extra NOT gate should be there using NOR, right? So this is A, this is B, fine. So finally we are having here at X NOR. If we again pass it through another NOR, likely like one NOT gate, so we'll be getting here as Y is equal to A plus B or A XOR B. Okay, we'll be getting this one as A XOR B. I am not, again minimizing that one. If you minimize, you can see that it is actually X NOR B. Here, how many numbers of gates are required? 5. So 5 NOR gates are required in order to implement X NOR using NOR. Okay. Am I clear how to implement all the other types of gates using universal gates? Even if you can implement NOR gate using NAND or NAND gate using NOR also, that can be also possible. How? If you want to make NOR using NAND, first of all, so if you want to make NOR using though it is not very much required, nor using NAND, right? So what you need to do, first of all, make one OR using NAND. So make one OR using NAND first, that I have already given, followed by not using NAND, right? Followed by not using NAND. So this will provide you NOR using NAND. Similarly, NAND using NOR, make AND gate using NOR, followed by not using NOR, right? So that is also possible. So in this sense, we can say that any gate can be implemented using either NAND gate or NOR gate. So that is why these are called universal gates. Now, so far what we have studied, why we need to know this one. The most interesting thing is that why we should know that, yes, these are the universal gates, and these gates are, uh, mm, useful to implement any other types of gates. Why universal gates are so much popular, or why this AND gates, OR gates, NOT gates, XOR gates, we are trying to implement that one using NAND itself. AND gate can be useful, right? Why should we use this one? Because we have seen that there are multiple gates we are using to make one particular AND. I have written all cases. XOR gate, 5 NOR gates are required. So why we should go for 5 NOR gates instead of that? Why shouldn't we just bring one XOR gate in our design? The reason behind that is we generally try to make our design with similar type of gates. Why? Because of that, a similar type of gate will be having same input impedance, same output impedance, right? So current driving parameter will be also same, right? All the gates will consume same amount of power. If we are using NAND gate throughout the design, I have used only NAND gate. So individual all NAND gates will be consuming same amount of power. Instead of that, if I am using maybe 10 numbers of AND gates, few NOT gates, few OR gates, few XOR gates, so different gates I am using. As a result, what will happen? Maybe one AND gate is consuming more power than NOT gate. Then maybe XOR gate is consuming the highest power, probably. Not only power, but one another thing is there. The different gates produces its output in different time. Though the time is very minimum or very small amount of time it takes generally to produce its output, but at least there is some time delay. There should be some time delay for generation of output. That means you have provided the input. তুমি input দিয়েছো. There are few things are there which you need to know as a student of EC. So first of all, as I've mentioned, that is first of one is power consumption of the IC. Power consumption of the gate. So means how much power the gate is actually consuming. Okay, so that is power consumption, and it is different for different types of gates. AND gate will consume one particular power, OR gate will consume something different power, XOR gate will have another power consumption. So that is why one of the reason is that we should make our circuit with similar type of gates, maybe entirely that can be designed with NAND or NOR, something like that. So that is the first reason, power consumption of gate. Number two is delay. Delay parameter. What does it mean? It means that whenever you are providing the input to this particular gates, within the gate structure, there are few transistorized circuit. Now these transistorized circuits are built with obviously semiconductors. That means there will be some flow of electrons. Whenever you are providing the proper biasing voltage or proper input signal, there will be flow of electron, right? Or flow of holes, whatever. Accordingly, it will produce some voltage response or current response, right? And then we can say, yes, the output has been generated. Another point is, after introducing the input signal, it will take some time to produce its output. This particular delay timing is called propagation delay or simple circuit delay, you can say, or gate delay, right? For this case, it is gate delay. And as you can, you can at least you can imagine this thing that AND gate, OR gate, XOR gate, XNOR gate, NAND gate, NOR gates, as these are different types of gates, always these different types of gates will consist of different circuits, right? NAND gate will have some different circuit compared to AND gate, internal circuit. I'm talking about internal circuit of NAND gate, right? So obviously, as different circuits are there, the delay will be also different, right? So overall, if you are using different circuit components or different logic gates within your structure, different logic gates will produce its output with different delay timing, and that may cause some mismatch. Okay. So in order to avoid that one, we'll be trying to make a circuit where the circuit components, or rather the gates, all are having a fixed delay or a same delay, so that we can calculate that one easily. Yes, this is the delay for individual gates. So what would be the ultimate delay? We can easily calculate. If there are different types of delays, maybe from one path the current has come little bit faster compared to the other path, right? So that is why delay is also one of the major parameter. Okay, so these are the main two things. Also, there are few other things are there. That is the number of called the fan in fan out concept. Fan in fan out. So what are those two things? Fan in means the IC. These are actually the ICs. So how many input or the IC, from how many input signal it can get the value so that it can work properly. What does it mean? Suppose you have got one NAND gate. Suppose the NAND gate has been provided its input from another NAND gate. Maybe that NAND gate has been driven by some another NAND gate, and so on. So there are some other values also likely like this. So we'll be saying that two NAND gates. So there some current is coming. Here also one another current is coming. So these two are actually driving the final NAND gate. Okay. So how many numbers of gates can be introduced at the input section of this particular NAND gate or of that particular gate is called fan in. How many gates can drive the final one? Now you can say, sir, why not infinite? Because if it is infinite, that would be much better. The infinite gates can be included at the input side, but not. It is not possible. Because of that, the current driving capability of this particular final NAND gate is fixed. So if you provide little bit more than that, তার থেকে বেশি যদি current value দিয়ে দাও, maybe it can be damaged. So that is why that is some parameter of an IC. That is how many gates you can connect at the input section of the final gate or final IC, you can say. Similarly, fan out is how many, again, maybe this is the output and what you have given to, again, few of NAND gates. Aro kichu NAND gates tumi diyecho. Maybe like this. So there are some other inputs for those NAND gates also, but you have given that one. So how many NAND gates this center NAND gate is actually driving? How many NAND gates it is driving? That is called the fan out. So this is something like fan out, and this is something like fan in. So how many gates are actually providing input to that particular NAND gate fruitfully, and how many gates it is actually driving at the output, that's called a fan out. Okay. Again, the same thing. If that ideally will try to drive infinite number of gates at the output, that would be better, but not physically possible, because whenever you are connecting number of gates at the output, the current gets divided, and you will require at least a minimum amount of current in order to drive these gates, right? So you cannot connect infinite numbers of gates, though logically it is possible, but physically it is not possible, right? So fan in and fan out, these two are also another parameter which are related to IC or digital ICs. Now the point is, again, for the same thing, the fan in and fan out for different gates and different ICs are different. So that is why we would like to stick with a similar category of IC or similar category of gate in order to make our entire design. সমস্ত ডিজাইনটা বানানোর জন্য we should follow similarity approach. Okay, that is why we should learn this one, how to implement all other gates using universal gates. Okay, so that is the major reason, back-end reason, that why should we learn this thing. Next, another thing is there, it's like that, if you think of like this, that is in a particular class, suppose there are 10 students are there, and as a teacher, the teacher will expect that all the students should at least know a fixed language, likely maybe English, right? If maybe within 10 students, 2 knows Bengali, they don't know English, 3 knows Hindi, 4 knows Tamil, right? So it becomes a little bit difficult for your teacher, right, to understand them, right? Not only that, if you think of, okay, there are 10 students, the teacher would like to expect that all the students should have a similar intelligence level, similar memory power, so that once he describes something, can be understood by everyone directly. It's not that 5 have understood, rest of 2 haven't. Okay. So that's something, dissimilarity causes, obviously it happens in every real class. Maybe 7 or 8 students will understand, 2 or 3 will not understand. As a result, what happens? As a result, we found that there is a delay in the class. There is a mismatch in the class. Whenever the rest of the students are, saying that yes, they haven't understand the subject, teacher will try to make them understand the same thing. The rest of the 8 students get bored. Okay, they feel that why is something a very easy thing they can't understand. Likely, similarly, if 2 students don't know English, what will happen? Rest of the students will make noise during that time when I'm speaking in maybe Bengali to those students, right? So these are the genuine problems of the classroom. Similarly, in the digital circuits also, we try to make a circuit with similar kind of gates. Similar kinds of gates will provide me a better response. Better response in terms of power consumption of the entire circuit, better response in terms of delay, and better response in terms of area consumption of the circuit also. That is something different issue. I am not going to discuss right now because area consumption you will not understand right now. Rightly, you can say also fan in, fan out. These things are also right over there. So make sure that in order to get a better power consumption and better delay response or latency response, we will be using or try to use, at least we will be trying to use a similar sort of gates. Hopefully I am clear. Isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine.
Yes, sir.
Fine. So let me come to the new module, new part, where we will start digital logic design or digital system design. We'll be starting with the system design. So we'll be trying to make, which is our main goal, digital system. Okay. So something, a term is called system. You were learning signal and system. You were learning signal and system.
Yes, sir.
What is that system? What do you mean by system? What do you mean by signal and what do you mean by system? What is signal? What is system? কেউ কিছু বলবে? মানে ক্লাস তো হয়েছে। সবাই চুপ। ক্লাস হয়েছে তো এখনো পর্যন্ত সিগন্যাল সিস্টেমের?
স্যার একটাই হয়েছে, ওটা মানে হালকা একটু গ্লিমস দিয়েছিলেন স্যার, সেরকম ভাবে হয়নি।
কোন স্যার নিয়েছেন? বিআর স্যার?
বিআর স্যার উনি প্রথম ক্লাসে ইন্ট্রো দিলেন, সেদিন কিছু ওই সিলেবাস নিয়ে কিছু কথা বললেন, আর মানে কালকে উনি স্টার্ট করলেন জাস্ট।
তাহলে কি হয়েছে ইন্ট্রোডাকশনে, কি হয়েছে?
ইন্ট্রোডাকশন উনি বললেন এই চ্যাপ্টার আছে, এই টেক্সট বুক গুলো তোমরা রেফার করতে পারো, ব্যাস এইটুকুই। আমি এই দিন ক্লাস নেব, তো আমাদের ইন্ট্রোডাকশন নিলেন।
ও মানে সিগন্যাল কি জিনিস, সিস্টেম কি জিনিস এটা উনি বলেননি তাই তো এখনো পর্যন্ত?
না সেরকম ভাবে স্টার্ট হয়নি।
Start হয়। Okay, so whatever, so you'll be learning that one in your signal and system subject. Right now, what will you can a little bit imagine that a particular system, maybe a sound system, maybe your computer system, maybe your a society is also a system, right? A school is a system. So everything, something like this, a school, college, hospital, these are all systems. Right? We generally say, right? Ecosystem, right? So what the term denotes? Something is going on within that, right? A school education system is going on within that. So what are the inputs? So it should have some inputs. That means the first thing is that a system should have some sort of inputs, right? Some sort of inputs should be there. So you can say system is a box kind of thing. It's a baksho, right? Where we are providing some sort of inputs. If you say is a school education system is going on right over there. So my inputs are the students. Student না থাকলে স্কুলের কোনো মানে নেই, right? So there is no meaning without student. There is no meaning without teacher also. Teacher ছাড়াও একটা স্কুলের কোনো মানে হয় না, right? So these are actually few among the inputs. Not only student and teacher, but also will be requiring some books, some maybe some classrooms, right? So these are maybe classroom is not maybe mandatory, but at least you require some books or the students or teachers. At least these things are actually required, right? So these are called the inputs. Input to the system. What I am providing to the system, the students and the teacher. And we are getting some output which has been processed within the system. Systemer মধ্যে কিছু process হয়েছে using those inputs. Likely the teacher has taught something. As a result, the student has gathered some knowledge, and they have got a certain level of knowledge after passing up the school. Right? স্কুলে পড়াশোনা করলো and they got some sort of knowledge. That means they maybe they get professional degrees or something like that, whatever. So that is something. What is a system? System is something you can say in general sense. I'm not going for that particular signal and system subject based definition. Rightly I can say a system is particularly a box where something is going on, some process is going on, and the process is going on with the help of inputs. Obviously there will be some inputs, and after processing those inputs I am getting few definite kind of outputs. It's not that one school first it is generating some students who are good in nature, then maybe দুদিন বাদে দেখা গেল স্কুলের থেকে পড়াশুনো করে স্টুডেন্ট বেরোনোর বদলে we are finding out okay few monkeys and gorillas are coming out. No, it's not possible, right? স্কুলে বাচ্চা যদি পড়াশোনা করতে যায় পড়াশোনা করেই তারা বেরোবে, right? So the system generates that particular educated students, and so some fixed outputs are also there. So something, some definite output are there. It's not that outputs are different in different cases, right? It's not like that. So there should be, and that means there are some process which is going on. By providing a set of inputs, by providing some set of inputs, we are getting some sort of outputs. Kichu output amra pachi. By means of some processing of inputs. Input ke process kore ami kichu output pachi. The most interesting thing is that this processing is actually determining the output. কেমন ভাবে ক্লাসে পড়াশোনা হবে বা কেমন ভাবে ক্লাসে টিচার মানুষ করবে ছাত্রছাত্রীদের, যাতে ছাত্রছাত্রীরা পড়াশোনা করে ভালো স্টুডেন্ট হিসেবে বেরোবে নাকি মানকি হিসেবে বেরোবে, it depends upon what the process is going on right over there, right? If the process gets poor, monkeys will come out, right? If the process is good students will come out. Right? Some jewel students will come out. So that means there exists some sort of relationship also in between input and output. Output or input er moddhe je process ta hocche, there must exist some sort of relationship. Kichu ekta relationship ache, and that relationship is called transfer function. Transfer function. How output can be generated from the input. That definite relationship between output and input is called the transfer function. Okay. Make sure it is common for every system. In your practical life, you can also think of like this. In your analog system, you can think of like this. You can think of like this in case of digital system also. Right now, we'll be dealing with digital systems. So that means, obviously, digital system will be dealing with some digital signals. Now, what is signal? These inputs can be treated as signals. Signals, obviously, should have some definite properties. কিছু নির্দিষ্ট তার property থাকবে. Likely, in your school, the students should have some definite properties, right? It's not like that আমার স্কুলে generally you will be finding out that the students have got a age limit, right? So they will be having some sort of definite school uniforms kind of things and so on. So that means there are few specifications you can say, or some parameters by which you can define what are the inputs, how it looks like. Similarly, if it's an electrical signal input, that signal will be having some definite parameter. Likely, you can have a definite amplitude of the input, some definite frequency of the input, maybe some phases will define the input. That means there will be some fixed combination or fixed values of inputs or fixed parameters for the inputs. That's is called the maybe the signal, maybe sinusoidal signal, maybe square wave signal, okay, time variant signal, time invariant signal. So a lot of signals you can have in case of electrical signal. Physical, you can also have a lot of signals, right? You can have some other types of signals in your life also, right? So whatever signal should have some definite parameter, right? So whenever you are providing one signal during the examination to your friend, you are sending one signal to your friend to be, just to say what is the answer for question number B. So you will be sending some definite signal. So there are few definite parameters for that particular signal. Make sure about this one. You will not say in such a tone that is not actually a valid signal during the examination. So that means that every signal can be defined with a proper parameters, right? So here also the digital signals will have some definite parameters also. এগুলো নির্দিষ্ট parameter আছে. And there will be some transfer function also. How the inputs are being processed in order to get the output. Input কিভাবে process করে আমরা output পাচ্ছি, there will be some sort of transfer function. Okay. And that transfer function for this particular digital case, we generally say it's called Boolean function because it's a logical function. Okay. So output, maybe there are three outputs. I'm providing the names as Y1, Y2, and Y3. Okay. And the three inputs are there. Maybe I am providing the name as A, B, and C. So Y1 is a function of A, B, C. Make sure about this one. So Y1 is a function of ABC. Similarly, Y2 is also one function of the same variables ABC, and Y3 is also the function of ABC. Now we need to find out what is that and what is that. In order to know what is within the system, because we know what are my inputs and we know what are my outputs. Why? Because whenever something you need to design, suppose you are designing one computer. Maybe computer is quite difficult. Maybe you can think of something you are designing, or maybe a audio system, or maybe some audio system. So if you are designing one audio system, initially at least you should have this knowledge that okay, my audio system should have some audio output. At least you should know this one, right? And also not only that, then you will start learning about how to design one audio system, and you'll be learning, okay, audio system should have something this much power output. Okay, it can be hi-fi audio system, high fidelity audio system. Selectivity should be something like this, or sensitivity should be something like this. Amplification ratio should be something like this. So these are the all parameters which you are actually defining for fixing up the output. যে আমার এই জিনিসটা লাগবে, called a customer demand, right? কাস্টমার চাইছে যে আমার মোবাইলে 50টা ক্যামেরা পেছনে লাগানো থাকবে. They are demanding that one. That's why day by day the back-end camera number of cameras are increasing. প্রথমে একটা ছিল ক্যামেরা, হচ্ছিল না, ডুয়াল ক্যামেরা পেছনে, তারপরে গেল 3টে ক্যামেরা, এখন মনে হয় 5-6টা ক্যামেরা থাকবে পেছনে, এরপরে দেখা যাবে অ্যারেজ অফ ক্যামেরা, পুরো পেছনটাই ক্যামেরা দেওয়া আছে মোবাইলে, দেখবে। So it means that the people are demanding, and that demand generates the output. Okay, that means whenever the company is asking to design one mobile phone, they are asking, okay, my mobile phone should have at least 10 cameras at the back end. পেছন দিকে 10টা ক্যামেরা থাকবে and 5 cameras at the front end. সামনে 5টা ক্যামেরা, পেছন দিকে 10টা ক্যামেরা থাকবে. So they are demanding that one. This fix up the outputs. So whenever you are designing, okay, I need to make one circuit which will be having 10 camera driven circuit at the back end and 5 camera driven circuit at the front end. So you are fixing the output right over there at that particular point. Okay, so that means the outputs are fixed first as per demand. Demand এর সঙ্গে outputটা fixed. Even in school system also outputs are fixed. আমার বছরে এত স্টুডেন্ট পাস করাতে হবে বা we require at least few students who will get the pass certificate, right? So that is the output. We know the end goal is that one. Our end goal is okay, আমাকে পাস করাতে হবে স্টুডেন্ট গুলোকে আর আমাকে শেখাতে হবে, শেখানোর কথা কেউ চিন্তা করে না right now. We think of okay, I need to make them pass, right? So that is my final output, and I know for the generation of final output what I require, আমার কি লাগবে. So those are my inputs. Rightly for school I require some students, আমার student লাগবে. Rightly for college I require a student of class 12 knowledge at least. I can't make my output an engineer. I can't produce engineer with the students who are having the knowledge of class 1 or 2. I can't make them because the input is not compatible to generate that level of output. Compatible হবে না. So I require some set of inputs also, right? Called specification. So outputs are coming from the requirements, right? And the input should have some specification. The specification term can generally also be written in case of outputs also. So these are the specification of the system. Generally also it's being written. But specification also we can use the term in case of inputs also. What are the input specifications? That is, I require, in order to make engineer, I require a student who has passed higher secondary level, right? And with the knowledge of higher secondary level. Okay. Similarly, the digital system will also require a definite patterns of input in order to process and in order to generate that requirement of outputs, right? So input is known, output is also known. What the design engineer has to do, they have to make a proper, or they need to find out a proper transfer function. তাকে শুধু এইটাই বের করতে হবে. Once the transfer function they have found, that means the relationship between output and input they have found, the design is over, right? They will check, okay, by providing this input I am getting that particular fixed output. If it is matching, then fine, the design is over. If it is not matching, again they need to rethink about the design. So that is the main job of the digital system design also. You know, or you know that what will be my output. The inputs are also known to you. The process by which we find out these functions, these transfer functions or Boolean functions, the process by which we do that one, and we finally produce, okay, this would be my circuit, is called the system design. সেটাই system design করতে use হয়. Okay. So the first thing of making this one, the first step of making such system design is that, as I have already told you, that we should know what would be my output, and we must have a definite pattern of input. Okay, আমাকে ইনপুটটাও ঠিকঠাক জেনে রাখতে হবে আমার আউটপুটটাও ফিক্সড থাকতে হবে, then only I can produce the Boolean function. So once you know that one, what are my inputs, what are my outputs, what do you need to do? You need to first of all make a table by including all possible combinations of input and what would be output for that particular possible inputs. And you need to jot down those things in a table called a truth table. Truth table. So first of all, the first step, you should know the inputs, you should know the outputs. The next step is make your truth table. Next step is make your truth table. Once the truth table is you have got, once the truth table you have got, then once the truth table, maybe already we have drawn few truth tables like this, maybe something 1 0 1 0, something like this. You have made something like this. So this is something a truth table having A input, B input, maybe Y output. Once it is over, next step is to find out a Boolean function of Y output with respect to input. That is the transfer function for this particular case, right? So what is that? We can write down right for here. We'll be discussing that one further. So we can write down this one as A B bar like this. Maybe maybe we can say yes, it is like this. Okay. If it is done, I have got my function. Next step is to imply that function with the help of logic gates, because I have got some Boolean function. Boolean functions can be implemented physically with the help of logic gates, right? So what I need to do, I'll just make the particular circuit. Likely maybe I am having A bar, then B bar. Fine. So this is A, this is B. So A bar, B bar is coming right over here. So I'm having then some AND gate within that. And I am having also maybe one A, one B bar, another is there. So another AND gate. And finally, we are having the OR gate. Maybe I am making the circuit. And once you have drawn the circuit, your task is over. Tomar কাজ শেষ. What next? The circuit can be built on a breadboard or Vero board, and it will work as it is. If you provide some switch at the input, তুমি যদি কিছু switch দাও input, and if you provide some LED at the output, you will be checking out, okay, it's working in same manner. Now again, another task is still left. Seems to be that already you have designed the circuit as per your wish. Fine, it's working also. As per the truth table, it's working. The system has been designed. Next thing is that your system also should be consuming low power, should be cheaper in sense. That means the cost of this making this circuit should be lower. And also the rest, that means the delay should be low, the area consumption should be low, something like this. So these are the extra parameters that you need to include in your design. In order to do that one, make sure that you should get one Boolean function which is minimized in nature. That means somebody has written this one, maybe I have written this one. Someone among you have designed the same thing, same output Y. Maybe he has written that one. Likely he has seen this one in this way, that okay, my output Y looks like it's just the B complement, right? So whatever the B input, it's complementing at the output. So I'll be writing down that one as B complement, or even right from here, if you take B bar common, so it becomes A bar plus A. A bar plus A, that means that is equal to 1. Okay, so 1 is 0, another is 1, so that 0 plus 1 means 1. So that is nothing but equal to B bar. So among you, someone has drawn the same circuit or designed the same circuit using only one NOT gate. So he is saying that, okay, I am providing B, I am getting Y. So this is my circuit. So which one is more preferable? Whether this one is preferable or this one is preferable? Obviously, this one is preferable because it is consuming only one gate. So the cost is pretty much lower. Also, if one gate is there, you can easily say it will consume lower power, it will consume less delay, and area consumption will be also lower. So everything is better compared to this one. So why should I opt this one? I will simply reject that one, right? So a good engineer or a good designer will make the design in such a manner that the Boolean function should also be minimized. So that's the next step. So first step, we need to know what are my input, what are my outputs. Accordingly, we need to create one table called a truth table. Then we need to find out a Boolean function, and we need to make sure that the function should be minimized in nature. That Boolean function should be minimized in nature. What is Boolean function? In case of system, the relationship between output and input is called the Boolean function. Okay. In digital system, make sure about this one. Okay. And once I have got that particular minimized function, the rest of the job is that we need to make, or we need to implement that particular Boolean function with the help of simple gates. Once it is done, you can buy those gates as an IC. তুমি বাজার থেকে IC হিসেবে কিনে আনতেই পারো গেট গুলোকে, and you can just simple connect those gates according to your circuit diagram. The circuit will work as it is your system. ওই সিস্টেমের মতন কাজ করবে. That means I have made the system. আমি সিস্টেমটা তৈরি করে ফেলতে পারলাম. So this is the throughout job we have to do. Okay. There will be different logics, different output definitions for which we need to make, or we need to design the circuit using set of inputs. So we'll be starting the next date. We'll be starting that one, how to get simple Boolean functions, then how to minimize that one. So for that, we can use either some Boolean algebra. So there are one mathematical tool called Boolean algebra, by which we can get some minimized expression. And there are a few other tools also, which are called Karnaugh map or Quinn-McCluskey method, by which we can directly get a minimized expression. So we'll be discussing that one further in our next classes. So right now we have started how to make a design, okay, or how to make a digital system. Any query for this section, this part?
No, sir.
Okay, so let me stop right over here. We'll be starting next week, and from next week onward, we'll be starting few quiz session, and I'll be discussing that one in the next class. That how that quizzes will be taken. It's a simple that particular Google form. MS Team forms will be given to you, and you can just click to make your answers. It's nothing but some formalities, because nowadays students all will get answers from the internet. You can see. So it's just a formality process. So as you know that I am not trying to make you engineer. I am trying to make you pass the subject. That's the only job I am doing. Okay. So if you are trying to make yourself engineer, you will learn. If you would like to just get up marks out of these classes, so just go for the internet and you'll be answering everything, because right now we are having internet facility everywhere during the examination times also. So it's up to you, whatever. So let me stop right over here.